Namaste to one and all. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is about the tabulation policy of plus 2. This is part 2. Here I am explaining what our controller of examination Dr. Sanya Bharadwaj sir has explained this assessment and tabulation according to data that I am explaining here. The same thing I am explaining here. Then, so we know that according to plus 2, we have to take into account the best 3 subjects average from 10 standard, then plus 1 mark, that is final year marks of the plus 1 students. Then the last one, the plus 2, according to the plus 2, we have to take the unit test, the pre-board examination, midterm, that is up to the decision of the committee and the subject teachers. That is, they can take the best mark, they can take the averages of these examinations, or they can only even they can take the pre-board examination mark, like that. So that is up to plus 2. And 10 standard 30% weightage, and plus 1 30%, and plus 2 marks 40%. So let us see how it can be tabulated, how we can upload the marks. First of all, the example sir has taken that that is class 10. Here one thing more, all these examples were taken as maximum mark 80%, 80 mark as theory and 20 mark as internal. So there is variations that only some papers we are having 80, some of them are 70, some of them are 50, like that it goes. So according to that you have to make the changes. After all learning this, you will understand what to do. And here 10 standard, when we are taking into 10 standard, we are taking an example of one student's mark. 10 standard mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that we had written instead of the real subjects names, because in plus 1 and plus 2 it may be different. It may what is taken here, it is not. So science here written here, but in the plus 1 level it is not like that. A specific subjects we have to focus on. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it is earned, and that student's mark is 70, 65, 80, 60, 65. So here we are taking into account 3 best marks we are taking, is 3 best marks we are taking, and we are adding, and we are getting 215 marks we are getting. And 215 divided by 3, that is the average of the best mark of that student in the 10 standard mark. The 10 standard, not about the reference or anything. Actually, when this child wrote the 10 standard paper, what's the mark? We know that is the last year-end assessment done by the board. After all, even the plus 2, even that year plus 2, we could not complete that. Some of them we have to make averages and do. So here this is the 10 standard they have done offline itself. Really the board examination has been done. So actual marks we will get. So that mark we have to write, and we have to take the best 3 marks, add it and divide it by 3, you are getting the average mark 71.66. But we cannot carry on the 71.66, we have to convert into 30% of 71.66, we are getting 21.498. So ultimately you are getting 21.5 marks. So in the tabulation paper, this is with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 10 standard, all subjects, whether it is English or economics or business studies or accountancy, we have physics or chemistry or biology or maths, you can see that we have to give 21.5, 21.5, like that you have to give that students. So 10 standard we carried out like that. Then we can move to the plus 1. What about plus 1? The final mark has to be taken into account. So the plus 1, 50, 75, 55, 65, 75 is written. I told you in these examples 80 mark is being given as the theory paper for easy calculation, just to show sir has given like that. So here 50, 75 like that we have to convert into 30%. So how to convert 30%? Also I have written here 50 into 30 divided by 100, we are getting 50, like that. We are getting this mark. So this mark we have to carry forward in the whole mark list. So we are getting, this is the way we have to allot the marks. Then coming to the plus 2. What about the plus 2? Plus 2, this is a mark given to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one thing here, you know, what the plus 1 is having the subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, subject 5. The same subject we are carrying into the plus 2 also. Most often like that. So here, what about the accountancy mark he got here or she got here? Then the accountancy mark in the plus 2. Accountancy mark in the plus 2, how we will calculate? Either based on the best unit test or the average marks or the pre-board mark or the midterm mark, the together or best or average you can take. That is according to the discretion of the subject teachers and the committee. The subject teachers can also decide what they have done, really what they have done, and the committee together they can tell how they are. And there can be variation among the different subjects. So that is up to the teachers and the committee. So, and this should be converted into 40%. So we are converting into 40%, we are getting 22, 30.8, 25 point, like that we are getting. So this is the third column. So 10 standard plus 1 plus 2. It is so easier one, isn't it? This is the actual mark that what they are getting. That is into, we are making it to 40%. This is the mark what the plus 2 children have done in their class. Yes. Then we can add it together, each subject. This is the mark, the total getting, and this we are converting as we are making it into like that. Yes. 58.5 means 59. Then 74.8 means 75, like that we have to write. Here it is 73.1, so 73 itself. That is why we have to make into the correct number. Then coming to internal assessment. So I told you, sir has told the maximum marks taken is 80 in this example. So 20 mark only for internal assessment. That is why the 20 is the maximum mark here given here. But the teachers can do according to your subject, the internal assess what you have assessed regarding the art integrated project or art integrated learning, like the whatever, what are the criteria really. Here this time we can see that what is the practical they have done, what are the internal assessment they have done, that mark you have to give there. Maybe difference may be there in the mark. Whatever the mark earned, the whole mark you can give this, because it's out of 20 or out of 30 or out of 40, like that it goes. So this is the way you are writing the mark. Then you are getting this. This is the ultimate mark of that subjects, different subjects, 10 plus 1 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 respectively, subjects respectively. And here getting this is a marker. Now, the question is that anything more? Yes. Suppose the mark of the student in plus 1 and plus 2, some issues there, moderation can be given. How the moderation can be given? Here comes the importance of the reference here. The previous 3 years, best result you have to take which year? Suppose according to that, suppose it is 2017-18, that mark you take, that year you have to take, that year whatever the subject mark, whatever the subject maximum mark, subject average mark. So that is that you have to take into according to reference here, subject average mark. Suppose this is the second subject you got some doubt, or fourth subject you have to got. So you know that according to the plus 2 level, fourth subject, what is that? That mark reference is subject average you have to take. And from there, that students can be added 5 mark, maximum 5 mark, or can be reduced to minus 5, because adjustments have to be done. Why? Because how the board has given a pattern of broad distribution of marks. So this should align. That is the thing. The committee and the teachers duty to how much give. How much they have to give, 3 marks should be given, 3 marks should be minus, or 4 marks should be given, and which subject they have to give, and to realign the whole marks. So the pattern of marks have been given. So according to that, how this broad pattern of distribution of marks given by the board, and this mark is going align with that. So that is how the marks can be uploaded. Yes, here I made a little effort to explain the data about what I told you in the last video. I didn't take into account 7th and 8th one regarding the assessment of the components. 30%, 30%, 40%, that is here that you understood. Then regarding the computation, the theory paper. Computation theory paper, it is written in the point 8. Why, you know, this much only we have computed. The other one is what it is, internal mark or the practical mark, what it is really done by the students there. According to doing the problem in the accountancy or doing the project or doing the practical, what they really done, that mark should be carried. So this way the marks can be computed and assessment can be done. Thanks for your cooperation.